Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Giants. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Back to throw here. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Well, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. It's taken him to 26. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. On 1st down, Carter. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Back to throw. Huff, flushed out right. Going to throw right side here, complete. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
On 1st and 10, Huff being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Halfback sent in motion. To throw on 2nd down. Huff. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, he's got to throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case,
and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack.
Here we go now. Watch it now.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we come...
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played. And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next one. And now out come the Giants. Throwing on first down. Huff dancing to his left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's how we do it, baby. No. Check. All right, here we go.
Looking to throw on second down. Huff steps away to his left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the... So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Operating from the gun. Huff. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Pulled in at the 24. Skirts by him at the 35. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. To throw on 2nd down. Huff. And some space here. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants add on to their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just 1 shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. To throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. That's pulled in at the 32. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Leopard! Now let's go! Blue, landed! Watch it now, Barney! Here we go now! 3-19!
They'll run on 1st down. Carter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Detroit! Here we go now! Blue, landed!
Off the play fake. Huff. Walters with a grab over the middle. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A good pickup there at 22. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays.
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Let's go! 319!
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Looking to throw. Huff got his man complete over the middle. It's Carter. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huff over the middle, complete. It's Carter. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. On first down, Huff. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Mike 5-9.
Off play action. Huff. And this one is incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with two straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. We have hit halftime. Sorry, Larry. Your hard work appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the second half. An update now from Oakland. The Raiders there have opened a 2-touchdown advantage. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
So don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, it's hard to get them started again occasionally.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll look to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with third and still 7 yards to go. The Dolphins on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
No, check, Patriot.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Walters. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st and 10. Huff finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of the guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Huff. And he couldn't corral it. It falls down incomplete, but maybe not a big deal given this big lead.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
So give him 3 there. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just out.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kicked.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bashed.
Super toe.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Well, he flew past 200, 300, 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
Back to throw. Huff. He's got his man on the crossing route. A good pickup there, 22. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. He's going to go up, and he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, The head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tap and foot.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And
now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And now they're in the hurry-up. To throw on 3rd down. Huff got his man complete over the middle. That's Walters. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Throwing on 1st down. Huff. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
All right, here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Huff. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. On 1st down, Huff. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huff. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The Giants on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Green, Detroit!
From the gun, Huff. The pressure gets to him again. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
All right, here we go. Detroit!
Operating from the gun, Huff. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. They'll get 23 yards there. And that leads to a New York first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down now, Carter. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Looking to throw. Huff. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that past the sticks, first down.
Detroit!
On 4th down, Huff. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. That one looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Now let's go!
On third down, Huff. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
The man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Taken in at the 22. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now here come the Dolphins. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They'll set up a throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That goes for a gain of 31. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Hurry up, here we go.
Back to throw again. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hang on now. Green, 39. Green.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is